Huh. I wonder why. I feel like my settings are off. Hey, Grammy, why aren't you in your spot, buddy? Hi. Why aren't you in your spot, though? We got an empty Grammy Boy spot back there. Well, yeah, I'm saying hi to you. And you're saying hi back. I'm wondering why you're not on camera. Why aren't you in your spot? What's going on? I need to trim this beard probably. Hubie. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Oh, hi, Quincy Mass. Where's Quincy? Where's Quincy? Where's Quincy? South of Boston. Awesome. Hubie. Let me get a Hubie. Evil dies tonight. Oh, man. Maybe that should be the new call sign, right? Say evil dies tonight in chat. What's up? Nate, Bobby, Hunter, Ken, Thomas, Leah, Adam, Alan, Rocket Sauce, Aaron. We got people showing up. Sean, I think Evil already died. I don't know why my AirPods are in. That catchphrase dies tonight. That's great. Good to see you, Drew. Good to see everybody showing up. I don't know why I've stayed in my robe all day. Today's been like a day of editing and writing, so I didn't really have to leave the house. But I thought I would tell you. I was going to tell everybody what my job was last week. That made me miss the stream, and then see if there's any updates. Are there any updates? Another E3 video. Well, not E3, but I did shoot an Onyx video that's similar to What's in the Bag, where it just ends with him saying, it's about a brother and a sister. I shot like a Halloween themed one, and my friend Brian is editing it right now. It's one of those videos that just kind of has one Onyx joke at the end. You know what I mean? Haven't watched The Shed. Should I? Is it good? My real name is Andrew. Most people call me Bowser. Most people just call me by my last name. Yeah, I'm gonna put up that Halloween Onyx video next week. Hubie Doobies. We got Marty. We got a lot of familiar faces showing up in chat. Alex, I can't make more Shadow Zone. That format was a Nerdist show, and they canceled it. Holy moly. Let's see if we can get some more people, and I'll talk about this job I had last week. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I think I'll be able to talk about. I can't say what the job was for, but I can talk to you about kind of what was the bucket listy element of it. Because I said on Facebook that I was missing the live stream, but it was because of a little bucket list moment. What else is popping? Grammy Boy is decidedly not in his spot. First of all, I think he knows his name now, because I just said Grammy Boy and he looked back at me. Why are you in the shadows over by the front of the garage? Anyway, let's see if we can get to 100 people, and then I'll talk about this job last week. Oh, is Halloween Kills good? Well, that's a big, complex discussion, isn't it? Yeah. Also, Grammy Boy is now like eating treats right out of my hand, and eating little fish treats that I have right out of my hand. Um, yeah, so he's definitely evolving. It is good to some people, and we can leave it at that, Marty. Yeah, yeah, we probably could leave it at that, couldn't we? But I actually have found that um, um, horror fans are uniquely united on the response to Halloween Kills. That's what have found. I'm the guy that's like, I'm the guy that's like, I'm the voice in the darkness that doesn't like stuff. Normally I'm the only one that says, uh, I don't like this or that. Um, but a lot of people are saying they didn't like this. So, um, thank you, John. Ooh, John, I know this genre. I tell you, what keeps me going is the idea that when we make this movie, there will be a movie like this out in the world in 2021. Um, Fright Night Part 2, the original Part 2, or the remake Part 2? I say, um, the original Part 2 is really fun. I didn't watch the Part 2 sequel to the remake. Here's the interesting thing. Let's just casually talk Halloween Kills. Um, um, let's start with the kills. Somebody brought up the kills. I actually find that when kills are not stylized, and not meaning stylized in a way that takes them out of reality, but let's say how they're shot and edited isn't stylized, that they actually aren't scary. When you look at a true crime photo, they're not scary. I don't find them to be scary. When you look at them, it's sad and it's bleak and it's, oh God. Okay, well, I'm gonna put that down and not look at it again. When you stay on kills without cutting, I think it becomes so real world. There's no tension. When I lived through somebody gurgling their last breath through their stab wound in their neck, um, there's no tension. It's also what we lived through with zombies movies. We lived through Halloween 1 and 2 with Rob Zombie. That was his approach to violence. It always has been. I don't understand why we're continuing in the Carpenter timeline with Rob Zombie tone. Huh? That's a question that I have. That's a question that I have. Thought they were rebooting it. Thought they were rebooting it, grounding it again. I thought they were making things feel lived in and believable and real again. Why are we in a Rob Zombie movie? Why are we doing it? What's the plan? What's the plan? So it's not his sister anymore, but the first movie, 2018, was still about her, but it wasn't her he was obsessed with. That was the doctor's doing. So it's about Laurie in 2018, but it's not about Laurie and Halloween Kills. What's it about? Well, it's about Haddonfield. Oh, as a concept? Sure, maybe. Oh, so he just wants to kill Haddonfield. Yeah, I guess. Well, what's the third one about? Probably it'll be about Laurie again. Oh, okay. So what are we doing? What's the plan? Was there a plan? Was there a plan? Interesting question. Was there a plan? Was there a plan? Interesting question. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if there was a plan. I don't know if there was a plan. Michael is a man. Halloween 2018. Michael is supernatural. Halloween Kills. Okay. So why don't we just bring back the cult of Thorn? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What's the plan? What's the plan and what are we doing? Anyway, loved Red Letter Media's take on it. Loved the Halloweenies' take on it. What are we doing? What was the plan? What was the impetus to bring this back? What was the impetus to bring back Laurie Sideliner for an entire film? What's the plan? Huh? What are we doing? They're all just questions. What are we doing? Will it pay off? Can you even pay off something where the first one went in one direction, the second one went in the other? What does that remind me of? What does that remind me of? Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker. There's no direction. What direction does it go in? It's not this. It's this, and this. Is that what we're going to get? Is that what we're going to get? And first of all, don't undo years of Loomis's work. Say it never happened, and then still try to treat him like a demigod in the lore of Halloween Kills. You guys got rid of Loomis, but now you're showing me footage from Halloween 2 to remind me how integral Loomis was to what? To what? You undid his work. This is for Loomis, says Marion. For what? For what? You undid his work. And I don't need a Halloween flashback with Jim Cummings. Okay? What are we doing? What are we doing? What's the plan? Where are we going from here? He's back to being supernatural. Tommy Doyle's dead. Karen's dead. What are we doing? What pieces do you have left? Snoke's not the main bad guy. Okay. Well, who is? You got someone else? Not really. Oh, okay. Oh. Anyway, wait, now we're not at 100 people. 100 people. 100 people. 100 people, and I'll tell people what my job was last week that I enjoyed. Oh. 95. We're dropping. We're dropping. We're dropping. 100. Okay. Last week, I got to direct Mark Hamill. It was a dream come true. It was a bucket list moment, I would say. I can't say in what context I directed him and in what capacity. That's not my information to get out there. But I got to direct him. I worked with him for about 4 hours, and it was really cool. It was really cool. He was amazing, nice, cordial, collaborative, jovial, gregarious. I mean, and we made the Guyver 3. No, on camera. It was on camera. It was on camera. It was not a voiceover job. And it was a really great experience. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, there was a moment where you have to stop and think, oh my God, that's Luke Skywalker. And what was really cool about it is that it's funny how quickly you get past that and you just start giving direction, because that's your job, to direct whoever the talent is. And that's what I did. And he responded to that. He wanted direction. He told me, don't rush. Don't feel like you're under pressure because it's me. You don't have to treat me with kid gloves. I'm here to make sure you get what you need. And it was amazing. It was amazing. And that's what I was doing last week. And we were shooting until 5 or 6. And then that's why I couldn't do the live stream. Actually, am I going to kill off Onyx? Not actually, but like there's a TikTok I shot for Halloween where he goes to the afterlife. So kind of. Anyway, yeah, he was. I mean, he would make a great Bartok. Obviously. But I think that might be out of our realm of possibility. I don't know. Yeah, wait, Ron said I'm skydiving, like literally. Are you literally in the air right now? Um, so movie updates. Oh, how does that kind of directing gig materialize? That's a good question. I work with a production company as a freelance director, and they do a lot of different projects in esports and video games. My freelance gig 2 weeks ago was for the same company, and and they were hired to create the project that we worked on with Mark, and they then in turn hired me. So they were the production company. So the client um, hired the production company, and then the production company is who fills out the the crew, hires the director. How does somebody get freelance directing gigs? My only answer is direct for uh 20 years. I don't know. I just made my own stuff for so long, and then I started getting directing work for other companies. Probably wouldn't have happened without Onyx, because one of my first gigs was because of an Onyx video, and then I got the full-time job directing at Nerdist for 6 years. And and then you work with brands, you work with companies that hire you in the future. It's just like any other job. You just have to be doing it. You got to be doing it. I guess some people would say, well, start in other positions on the crew and work your way up. I have always just directed. But I will say this. I have always directed, but I've directed so many small things that I have done nearly every position on a crew. But it's always been for my own projects. A little greedy, a little selfish. Yep. But I've known I've wanted to be a director my whole life. From Arby's Boys and then straight to the top. QAB Andy Man, any cool updates? Yeah, well, we're just trying to cast Bartok. I mean, we're still in the same spot. There's some cool. What are so many filler sentences? What are you talking about? How's the pay of director? It's different on every project. I mean, I'm not at a place where my experience gets me like a certain rate, but it's not like a big rate. There's plenty of jobs that would just get paid more. Plenty of jobs outside of the entertainment industry where you would make more. If for sure. Yeah. Be famous, you know. Well, I mean, it's oh, thanks, QAB Anime and the puppets. Amanda, you said it seems like an unattainable career. Well, I think there's a lot of working directors, There's not a lot of, like, if you think about, I mean, who directs your favorite television? Do you know their names? Who directs commercials? Do you know their names? Directing it's just a job. It's a job, and if you put yourself in the role of director on all of your small projects, then you learn what directing is, and then you can step foot onto most sets, bigger sets, and know the job and do it there. The job doesn't change, but I talked to somebody who recently directed a $30 million movie, and they were like, everything that you've learned as a director that makes you a good director, if you're on a $30 million movie, you need less of those skills. Your skill set becomes managing department heads and talking to the studio and kind of doing what they want. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm a good director because I'm an actor, because I'm an editor, because I think kind of bird's eye view, and all of a sudden you might get more and more money to where your focus kind of shifts to different things or more fragmented things in a way. You don't have to be the one like spray painting the props in your front yard. Do famous actors ever disagree vehemently with a lesser known director? Yeah, for sure. I was directing an actor who's a relatively well-known comedic performer, and I gave them a note, and they just straight up said no. But here's an important part about directing. You have to speak the language of the performer. I gave this actor a note to do something that I knew they wouldn't want to do because they okay. Here's the note, but it's going to be hard to understand. They were talking about the 80s, and I wanted them to slip into uh, an 80s voice, like, yeah, dude, the 80s were sick. And I asked him, I said, could you slip into like a Valley Guy voice? Like, could you slip into like Bill and Ted for that? And his response was, no, no, I'm not going to do that. That's not, no. He thought it was dumb. He thought it was cringe. I understand this comedian. I know he thought it was beneath him. But what I wanted him to do was actually do it so big that it made the statement, I know this is cringe. That it had the energy of, is this what the client wants to me to do this voice? Yeah, man. Kind of like roll your eyes about doing that dumb bit. And when I explained that to him, he literally changed his mind, which is not something an actor is prone to do if they've already stated that they disagree. But as soon as I explained it to him, I was like, I think there's a way you can do it that's so over the top. You're kind of winking, like, isn't this dumb? But somebody asked me to do this. And he was like, oh, yeah. Oh, okay. And then the next take, he was like, yeah, man, the 1980s were sick. Ugh. And he did it exactly like I wanted. And it worked. I worked for G4. I was actually a full-time producer for them a couple months ago, but I left the position to pursue the Kickstarter. Yeah, week 2 into the Kickstarter, or week 1 into the Kickstarter, I had to put in my 2 weeks at G4. It was a great gig, but I very quickly realized how much the Kickstarter was going to take out of me. So we're trying to cast Bartok. No news there. I didn't work with Sessler. I was working with Kevin Pereira and Gus Johnson. God damn, I wish I had more updates. The puppet stuff is going great. I don't know if anybody's seen Abaddon lately. Oh boy. But man alive, is he looking sick. I got to direct Cockknocker. Yes, that's very true. That's true. The Sass. Yeah, Mr. Duke is cast, but we just weren't allowed to announce him because it's you know, some actors are like, yeah, tell everybody I'm on board, even though like contracts aren't signed. But other people are like, well, let's just wait. You know, we pushed the shoot to March. I'm on board, but let's not make any announcements until things are more finalized. And I was like, okay, I get it. Okay. But I don't know if we brought this up last week or 2 weeks ago, but like another cool thing to do to try to get some pedigree, excuse me, try to get the awareness around the movie is you could have maybe some famous voice actors do some of the monsters, right? You could get somebody big for Abaddon, maybe a big voice for Abaddon. That would be a way to kind of bring some awareness to the project. I was talking to a friend today who's thinking of launching a Kickstarter, and I actually had a really good time. What are you doing, buddy? Grammy Boy's running around. Oh wow, he's got he's got his toy. He's got his little feather toy. Oh wow, he's having fun, guys. What was I talking about? Oh, I was giving my friend advice on oh my gosh, Olivia's in the chat. I was giving my friend advice on their Kickstarter, and as I was giving him advice, I was just getting so stoked on reliving what an experience. I honestly, as I was talking to them, I was like, I'd like to teach a course, or at least like do a TED talk on running a campaign. I mean, as I was talking, I just remembered so many more details. I was like, so anyway, so then you really have to, you got to think about incentivizing people that have already backed. Also, you got to schedule out events, like the live read, and the content needs to differ, according to the platform. You got to do a TikTok, you got to do live stream, you got to do Facebook, you got to do a pre-launch that gets everybody to a private group, and then that can become your core group of hardcore fans. And as I was talking, these guys were like, right. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And it was blowing their minds. And it blew my mind as we were doing it. But going back through it with them, I could tell it kind of overwhelmed them. Um, and I hope they left encouraged. But I had conversations like that with people leading up to my Kickstarter, like the guys from 5 Second Films that Olivia put me in touch with, and I got a lot of good insight from them. And then I feel like I learned so much more. But one of the things I told them, Nate, and I don't think Tony's in chat right now, but I said, I lucked out that some people following the campaign, Grammy Boy is literally like jumping against the walls right now. I had people show up that gave their talents to the campaign and created art for the campaign. Marty and Nate and Tony, and they helped me propel these milestones of, let's do this, let's beat the ghoul. Here's this icon, it's now a sticker. Here's the fight the lull pin. If you up your backer donation by this much on this day. I mean, like, I didn't think of that stuff prior to launching. That stuff came about organically as we were moving through the campaign. But now I'm able to tell these guys, think about that ahead of time. Think about how many assets by the end of the campaign. Think about how many assets were created for digital marketing and promotion. If you had told me prior to launching that I'm going to need, 120 different pieces of marketing imagery, I'd be like, I got to do that when I need to have that by when? For what now? But it helped. It helped so much. Anyway, any wild updates? Gosh, no. I wanted to jump on stream because I felt so bad for canceling last week, but I honestly don't have much to say other than, I could show off. Well, the stickers are upstairs, but I got stickers, I got pins. Yeah, Grammy Boy doing zoomies over there. It's dark, or else, I'd just show you him. We'd make this, but it's like, you're not gonna be able to see him. I don't know. I was gonna put pressure on myself. I was gonna say I could feed him treats live on the stream, but that's risky. Because what if I fail? What if he reaches out and swats my hand, and you'll all think I'm a failure? Hanging is cool. Well, Greg, I already went into some Halloween Kills thoughts, but the long and short of it is I just worry that they don't quite have a plan for where to take this story in its supposed final chapter. I also found most of its themes and most of the overall direction of the second film to be in competition with the 2018 movie. Sapphire, what? I need to hear about your trip, Sapphire. That's for sure. Sapphire just got back from doing some spooky SHIT. So I felt like Halloween Kills was at odds with Halloween 2018 in a way that I didn't understand. And I'm going to rewatch it. But I know, Sapphire, I saw your post where you said that you were a changed person after that trip. I got to know. Do I feel like some franchises are chasing the money? I believe. Whoa, Liber, thank you. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. Thank you for that gift. I fully believe the people behind the Halloween franchise currently love Halloween. I fully believe that. I really feel like they love Halloween. So I don't know what led to the kind of confusion of tone and direction. I don't know. I can't pretend to understand why it got so mixed up for me. I just know that it did. It got pretty mixed up for me. Oh yeah, and Little Willie went up on Altar last week. for anybody that wants to watch it on Alter, just to kick some views over on that link. But people seem to really like it on Alter, which was encouraging. Yeah, thank you again, Libra. Oh my gosh. That's gonna buy Grummy Boys food for months and months and months. Will there be a Little Willie toy? Oh my goodness. Well, I tell you, Chogrin, who designed the Onyx toy, has designed a Willie toy, and it's awesome. But I don't think they'd sell. I don't not anything bad about Sjogren's work. His work rips. I mean, Grummy Boy is like knocking stuff down. But I don't think there's enough fandom around Little Willie to sell those toys. They're expensive. We still have Onyx toys. If anybody wants, we've got like less than half. I think each version there's like 15 left. Well, here would be my dream, right? You do Onyx, Little Willie, and House Mother as 3 features. That would be tight. Onyx, Little Willie, and then House Mother as features. Ooh, wouldn't that be a cute little trilogy of cuteness? Little Willie, Easter Egg, and Talisman of Souls. There will be. There will be. Yeah. So go to the fortuitousfilms.bigcartel.com, right? Is that what it is? Fortuitousfilms.bigcartel.com. And slap into those toys. Hold on 1 second. Slap into those toys. I think there's 15 left of each. There's 12 left of the ghoul, 15 left of the glow in the dark goo. Yeah, I just checked. How big is the vinyl toy? Well, I'll show you. Somebody asked about the score, what the score would be for the Onyx film. The Onyx score is going to be done by Matt Mahaffey from the band Self. He also scored Little Willie. And this guy is 7 inches tall. Can I tell you something? I dropped him and I chipped the paint because I dropped him. And I'm so angry at myself. But now this color scheme is only available to the Kickstarter backers. This is going to be an exclu that's going to sell for Geo. What's up, Hubert? This is going to be an exclu that's going to sell for a lot of money once the Onyx movie comes out and is very successful and makes everybody so rich and famous. But the goo and the ghoul versions can be purchased. Thoughts on Hunter's Moon by Ghost? My only thought is it rips. I listened to the Halloweenies podcast about Halloween Kills because I heard their opinions were pretty similar to mine. It's a 3.5 hour long podcast, and it is really interesting if you want to listen to it. Red Letter Media and Halloweenies. But they at one point talk about the Ghost song, and like none of them are Ghost fans, and they all agree the song is good, but they're like kind of condescending toward it. They're like, it's good. I don't know. I guess I thought Ghost was like a metal band. I don't know. It seemed a little silly. And I'm like, stop. There's a certain point, something is so tight. Your take on it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but like Ghost rips. That's it. You can either get on board and understand that they rip or just don't say anything about it. You know what I mean? Ghost rips. That song rips. And even though I was disappointed in the film, did I sit in the theater to listen to the whole song during the end credits? Yeah, for sure. Anyway, yeah, I said earlier in the chat, I'm in like a very, didn't leave the house vibes today, and I just decided to stay in that mode. Yeah, it's the only take on Ghost that can be. Anybody ever see my video with Ghost with Papa Emeritus? Onyx interviewed him. Exorcist 3 is tight. Exorcist 3 is tight. What else is popping? Haven't watched I Know What You Did Last Summer. Haven't watched it, but people are saying it works. Did anybody watch the Slumber Party Massacre remake? I did see Freaky. I did. Let's talk about other movies. Just kidding. I just feel bad anytime I do a live stream where I talk about things I don't like. I make it private afterward, because I don't need that business out there of me looking like I'm being mean about stuff. Plus, there's this wild take going around. I have watched Chucky. I'll keep watching it. You know. Yeah, Geo, I'm not a Ari Aster guy. I'm not a Mike Flanagan guy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. That's not my scene. The new Scream trailer. Okay. I think Scream 5 could be good. That's all. I don't know. Somebody said on Halloweenies, they talked about how why go through the trouble of rebooting Halloween or doing a new sequel to ultimately just focus on a new pack of teenagers? Like, could we truly evolve the narrative and have it be focused on a slightly different pattern? Wouldn't that be exciting? I worry, like, what would excite me in a Scream trailer is that there's not a new group of teens, that it's a whole different setup for Ghostface to be hunting Sydney and Sydney alone. Something that's like doesn't just feel like we've got to get back to the same pattern. We've got to sit back into the same format. So, like, why will Scream 5 be different than Scream 4? Didn't we already do the movie where Sydney was known and famous and somebody wanted to be as famous a victim as she was? So, I'm sure they'll do something different, but the trailer, it doesn't tell me this is going to be different than Scream 4. Now, here's the only way Scream 5 will it blow me away is if at the end of it it's Stu behind it all, If you could somehow pull that off, but the problem is that's already something fans have talked about wanting. So I don't know if they will go in that direction, right? But if you could say that it was Stu, but then what's Stu been doing for all these years and why wasn't he involved in the other Ghostface attacks? But the idea of it being Stu would be fantastic, you know? But they'd have to earn that. If I'm sitting in the theater and they're like, "It's Stu," and they didn't earn it, they didn't get there, I'd be like, "Oh." I'd have a problem with that. But what does it matter? You know what I mean? What does it matter? My opinion doesn't matter. What matters is what I'll make, and hopefully what I'll make will be a statement of some kind as far as what I like and what matters to me, what themes and what structure matters. And Jamie Kennedy, yeah, Randy faked his death and has been the mastermind behind all of the kills. Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. Oh, Ghost on the Onyx soundtrack. Oh, I wish. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What would I hope some Joe would say about my movie? Oh, you mean just like a random person watches it? I would I think they would think it was funny and that it ripped. I don't know. I hope they would just like it. It's just gonna be a spook-a-blast. It's gonna be such a fun thing to sit through. That's the other thing is something that a lot of horror movies forget. I'm not saying this is what's so wild. Halloween Kills was hell to sit through, and yet it had humor. But why was it still so bleak and burdensome? I would argue it's because the humor was out of place and it was unevenly blended into the tone of the film. I think there's a weird idea that if you give a character specificity or a quirk in behavior, that it somehow makes them feel more human. The older couple playing with a drone, right? The cops in part one talking about banh mi sandwiches. The little kid talking about having dance lessons. The little John and Big John and their very specific activities for the night of Halloween, to watch that old movie and listen to that record and all that. I get why they think that makes those characters feel more real, but it also makes the sequences feel absurd because blending the specificity of human behavior into a horror movie has to be done in a real consistent and thorough way. It can't be like big, bad, dumb horror movie scene and then very specific humanized characters. Big, bad, dumb horror movie scene and then very specific, eccentric, lived in characters. Because those two ideas eat each other. So I did not like the Castle Freak remake. That's one I do not have a hard time saying. I fucking hated that movie. Um, uh, Manchester by the Sea. Not everybody's going to be Kenneth Lonergan and be able to take the oddness of real human behavior and put it into heightened drama. Some would say melodrama, but at least he does that. He weaves it in consistently the entire time. Whereas with the David Gordon Green, Danny McBride approach to Halloween, there'll be a scene from Righteous Gemstones and then a scene from a slasher movie next to each other. But the tones don't blend. They compete with each other. They're at odds with each other. And I don't understand that. I don't understand that instinct. I don't understand that instinct. It's wild to me. There are comedic beats in Halloween Kills that are so outlandish. They belong in Righteous Gemstones. And I don't, if you're specifically continuing the Carpenter timeline, then why aren't you specifically chasing the Carpenter tone? I don't understand that. And yet when they do the 1978 flashbacks, it feels so in-world, other than the jarring casting of Jim Cummings, which I find jarring, not because I dislike him, but because he is a known modern entity. He is a known modern performer, and he's a very, very recognizable face in independent film. So if you're going to tell me there were two cops in the 70s that we didn't know about, and one of them was Jim Cummings, it might be hard for me to suspend my disbelief. If you made both of those actors very nondescript character actors that I wasn't familiar with, I'd buy those flashbacks. But now they feel like bits. They feel like bits. They feel like bits. And having the villain from Righteous Gemstones as one of the victims felt like a bit, And then you hear about them putting Bob Odenkirk's photo in the background, and you're like, is the whole thing a bit? Is the whole thing a bit? Are we going for realism? Are we going for camp? Are we going for absurdity? Are we going for something grounded? Is it about Laurie? Is it not? Is he supernatural? Is he not? And don't give me this vague existential exploration of the immortality of evil. Just give me a fucking cult of Thorn at that point. Do you know how hard it is to explain that real floaty, ethereal vibe of how evil doesn't die, man? So he's immortal? No, man, it's just evil persists, my guy. So he's supernatural? Nah, man, I'm just saying that evil can't die, dude. So it's the cult of Thorn? Nah, it's just like an idea, dude. What a non-decision. What a non-decision. What a non-decision. What a non-decision. I can't imagine going all in on indecision. That doesn't make any sense to me. To end the film with a reveal that he's immortal when Halloween fans have always said he's immortal, but you told us you were undoing that. Well, you're the ones that told me. You're the ones that told me. Okay, he's back to being a superhuman, then fine. But don't go around the back door to get there. Don't go through this grounded political, social reboot with messages and intellect to just say he's Superman. We were there 3-4 movies ago. Why are we running around Robin Hood's barn to wind up where we were in Halloween 5? Congratulations. You took the longest route imaginable to get back to square one. Kudos to you. You did it. You did it. You did it. You know what else you could have done? Just called this one Halloween 11 or 12 or whatever the fuck and make it a direct sequel to all of the movies. Because you haven't come up with anything different. It's that Rian Johnson disease of, well, it's not Snoke. Okay, what do you have instead of the expected thing? Because the expected thing is Snoke, so that makes it the bad thing, right? Well, what do you have to offer instead of the expected thing? Here's what I got. Nothing, dude. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Hey, it's a murder mystery. Oh, okay. But guess what? I'll tell you who did it in the first 10 minutes. Ah, well, what do you have instead of the mystery? Nothing, dude. Just Chris Evans kind of being dumb for the whole movie. Okay. You can't just avoid the expected thing and say that's the statement and say that has sustenance, that has some nutrients to it. It doesn't. What are you giving me instead? I don't know. A monologue from Lori talking out to the room, talking to Hawkins. Anyway, a fat nothing burger. A fat nothing burger. Anyway, imagine how many times that script was rewritten. Yeah, totally. Totally. No one had time to dive back in, you know, and be like, hey, I think this might be the wrong direction to go in. All right. Let's end on a positive. Let me get uh off of this HK tip, you know. Let me get off of this HK tip. I was going to say, is there any good horror movies that people have seen? Anything good? People watch Squid Game? No spoilers. People watch Squid Game? There's someone inside your house. Hubie Halloween. Yeah. Squid Game, I enjoyed. I had minor issues with it, but something like Squid Game, it did so much wonderfully well, you know. Somebody told me to watch a movie called hold on. What is it called? Shoot. I don't know. It's some horror movie. Crap. And somebody said there was a great monster in it, and now I don't remember. And it's not there's someone in your house, but it's something like that. It's like something inside, or I don't know. Fudge. I don't know. I thought I screenshot it, but I don't. No, Inside Out. There's something inside your house. No, that's the one. No, that's the one that is on Netflix. This is something else. This is something else. Haven't seen Dune. I'm not a big Dune boy, but loved that Dune documentary. Yeah. Loved that Dune documentary. Terror Train. Terror Train's great too. There's somebody inside your house. Isn't that the same movie? Everybody keeps saying the same movie, right? There's something inside the house. There's someone inside your house. Huh. Positivity. What can we end on that's positive and not me yelling about things I don't like? Oh, a Halloween stream? I didn't think about that. I don't think so. I wish Grammy Boy would make an appearance. Where are you, dude? He's over toward the front. Hanging in the shadows. I love Indian food. No, Vampires versus the Bronx. I haven't. Oh yeah, group scary movie night. I could do another Twitch watch party. I mean, I loved doing those during the campaign, but I had to stay in character, and that got old fast, at least for me. Yeah. I gotta find out what this movie was. Yes, still casting Bartok. Oh, I did not like the Child's Play remake. Night Teeth. Some people have told me to watch that. My favorite Halloween memory. That's a good question. My favorite Halloween memory is me and my friend Alex, and we were so fucking dumb. Little kids. I mean, probably 10 or 11 years old. We thought we were so clever. We loved Weird Al Yankovic, so we were always making up dumb fake songs. And we started singing, "We're in the candy, we're in the candy. We got a lot of what it takes to rot our teeth." And we sang that all Halloween night, and it made us laugh so fucking hard. And it was so dumb. These little kids walking down the street, "We're in the candy, we're in the candy." Oh my gosh, we were dying. I don't remember what I was dressed as. Oh yeah, Batman trailer. Yeah, I saw the Batman trailer. I think the movie will rip. The trailer didn't get me juiced, but I don't know. I think the movie will rip. I don't like the score, I'll tell you that much, but and I'm not sure about his Batman voice, but who knows, right? Also, Oh, Flash. Yeah, I'm not a Flash guy. I don't know. They're trying to get me into it by putting Michael Keaton in there, but it kind of bothers me. Why does Ezra Miller get to party with Michael Keaton? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I wonder how big of a part the kind of multiverse angle will have in the Flash. I know Flash is another Batman movie, but I'm still gonna have to watch Ezra Miller the whole time, and he just gets under my skin. I don't know. There's a personality there that I just feel like he's a little. Even in that introduction, he was just being a little flippant, and I don't know. I don't vibe with Ezra Miller. Black Adam. Yeah, but the problem with. Oh, here's a hot take. Oh, Ezra, they, them. Gotcha. Copy that. I don't know if I knew that. Yeah. There's some, and I know that not every report can be believed, but I've just heard that that they can be difficult on set, and that they've made some people's lives not so enjoyable on set. I mean, you can Google Ezra Miller, and it just feels like that energy kind of comes across even in that intro, which is wild to me because they probably did multiple takes of that intro, and they still just acted almost above the material in a weird way. I don't know. I don't know. What do I know? What do I know? Um, but I'm watching Chucky. I enjoyed Green Knight. Yeah, it kind of left my head really quickly. Um, yeah, I'm into the Colin Farrell as the Penguin of it all. That seems fun. All right, all right, all right, all right, y'all. I'll probably sign off. Um, we have an offer out to a Bartok. We'll probably give them a week and then go to the next on our list. You know, we've got a list. We've got a list of like 3 big swings, 2 maybe more realistic, but still hard to get swings, and then like 5 maybe easier to get swings. And we're going in that order. We got big swing number 1 is out now. Our offer is out. Then we'll go to big swing number 2, big swing number 3, 2 middle-sized swings, and if nobody says yes, 5 more realistic swings that are all still great actors. So I'm not dressing up for Halloween. I'll probably be dressing up in this outfit. Anyway, all right. Thank you so much. And thank you for the gift again. Liber, thank you for quoting Little Willie. All right, everybody, have a good rest of your night. Watch You Be Halloween. 'Tis the season. I'm not dressing up for Halloween, so I'll just be me. And okay, that's all. Evil dies tonight.